thing that really worries me right now is the country coming together and healing. Because to me, I think there's a lot of anger out there, but I think there's a lot of people really, especially people worried about being deported. A lot of people are worried. I read something where gay couples who are thinking about getting married next year are like nervous and pushing up their wedding plans because they think that gay marriage might not be legal anymore. So there's a lot of nervous feelings out in society, and with all these protests, I'm worrying about our country healing because there's so much anger out there, and I think that leads to a lot of bullying and a lot of anxiety and depression.
Well, there's a lot of healing that has to happen, and so right after the election, when I felt and I saw what the reaction was, I use social media and put things up once in a while, try to stimulate some dialogue and some thought about things. And so one of the first things that I put up was first grieve, then get angry, then get busy. And there is a grieving component, as you just referred to a little while ago, grief counselors. I mean, it almost sounds like a Kurt Vonnegut novel or something, beyond what your imagination would be, that there would be grief counselors and therapy dogs after an election, but that's the reality of it. So there does have to be healing. So, so right now, people are angry. In addition to grieving, they're taking to the streets, and when they're protesting in a peaceful manner, that's part of what our country is all about, to allow that. And I think that's one way of people releasing the anxiety, the fear, the anger, all of the feelings that they have in relationship to their disappointment about the outcome of this election. But I think in addition to the more public demonstrations that a protest represents, it's really going to come down to how do people relate to one another one-to-one, whether it's in a family or in the workplace or in social gatherings. There has to be a move towards people listening and truly hearing where the other person comes from, because certainly not everyone that supported Donald Trump subscribes to what his most outrageous statements seem to suggest. There are people that truly feel that there's a problem in terms of the economy, there's a problem in terms of crime, there's a problem in terms of border security, there's a problem in terms of terrorism, all of the issues that he addressed, that they feel that a change was needed in order to address. But how do you get down to listening and talking to each other as opposed to just getting at each other's throats? And as I said before, it's got to begin with the top. This man, Donald Trump, was elected president. He's the leader, the formal leader of the United States right now. And he has to provide leadership in healing. Can he do it alone? No. It's going to require a lot more than that. But he has to take the lead. That's the role that he's in right now. And to the extent that he doesn't, to the extent that he's silent, or that he makes decisions about who's going to be in his administration that the public doesn't really understand, or has preconceived notions about those people, and whether they're racist or bigoted or misogynistic or xenophobic, or all the terms that we've heard, throughout this campaign, there has to be dialogue and communication, and it has to be open dialogue and communication, because that's the only thing that's going to heal the divide.
Absolutely. I know Rocco wants to say a few words about this topic.